All right, let's get into it. What's going on, everyone? It's Loki Orin, and we are here at the Altar of Hope, ready to get this party started. So I've just finished the prologue. I skipped over it. There didn't really seem a sense in recording it, as it's essentially 100% scripted, and none of what you do in it actually matters because the only output from it is 5 candles. And that's where we are now. So we've just finished the prologue. We're arriving at the Altar of Hope, and we have 5 candles to spend. And unfortunately, we only have one place to spend them, which is the working fields. So with your first 5 candles, you're presented with 4 choices: trinkets, combat items, stagecoach items, and inn items. It's worth noting that stagecoach items cost 2 candles already. So this is already less appealing because we don't have that many candles to begin with. And it's worth noting that your basic stagecoach fits exactly 1 item on it. So stagecoach items aren't going to be the play. I don't know that there's really a right or wrong answer here. This is really up to personal preference, or what direction do you want to go. I do know that the conventional wisdom would say go for inn items first. They can have some pretty large impacts on your runs, particularly the plus relationship items, the stress management items, and better food than slime mold. Alternatively, I would say go for combat items, as the combat items equally can have pretty large impacts, and you're looking for something like healing salve or adrenaline tonic early, which can really help you carry through early runs. I would say in general not to do trinkets. Note that there are 75 trinkets to unlock, and unfortunately there's just a lot of jank mixed in with some very powerful trinkets. There are a lot of trinkets that are very good in one specific, very tight circumstance, and it's going to feel real bad unlocking those if you're just not going to get value out of them. Here, I think we're going to go with the conventional wisdom. We're just going to go for inn items and dump our first 5 candles here. Armor repair kit, that's a nice pickup. Those block plus tokens will come in handy. Book of creative insults. All right, so we've got a tanking build coming on here. Speed bag. Okay, so we've just got all the defensive items. Whittling tools. All right. And leeches, remove disease. Okay, so unfortunately we didn't get the thing I really wanted. I really would have liked to see stale bread or apples and cheese or one of the foods come up. That being said, we're not going to be too put out by these items. All of these items are pretty handy to have early. They can definitely help. Whittling tools isn't bad if we need to manage stress, and leeches, well, getting rid of diseases is expensive, and there's some pretty bad ones. So let's head on to the crossroads. I'll shut up, and we can enjoy the RP here.
I remember our first meeting on the steps of the university. A collegial handshake. That would doom us both. Your insightful questions during my lectures gave me pause. And I recognized in you something of a kindred spirit. Despite our differences in age and position, we shared a keen fascination for archaeology, folklore, and, of course, occultism. The crossroads, where lost souls hope to find their way.
So I think we all have that friend or met somebody in our lives that's like, they have similar interests. You get along like a house on fire, and you just know that you're going to cause trouble together because of course you are. So welcome to the crossroads, our first selection here. Like everybody, we are presented with a very basic set of options here. So let's meet our characters here. Pillager, Hater, and Winded. All right, so Paracelsus is probably... I'm kind of tempted to have her in the 3rd rank, and we'll do standard flip. Just because we don't get Plague Grenade. This is actually misleading. I ended up looking this up. Emboldening Vapors comes before Plague Grenade. So this is misleading right here. But given that we're not going to get Plague Grenade early on, having Incision online is kind of appealing. And Audrey does just fine from the back rank with Thrown Dagger, Flashing Daggers, and Poison Darts. So That's probably okay. Stout and germophobic is fine. Dismas is a slugger. That'll be very good with our because we are going to be using Wicked Slice quite a bit. Hypochondriac is not our favorite, but there you go. Ooh, Iron Constitution on Barristan. That is a nice pickup early. Though Pacifist is not exactly what we're looking to see. So yeah, I think we'll go with standard flip here. Given that these runs are not my project runs, where the whole point is the formation, I do have the flexibility of swapping them around. So if we get lucky with hero shrines early, I probably will swap Paracelsus back and just make more use of Plague Grenade and free up Pick to the Face with Audrey. But for now, I think this is the play. So yeah, while we head into this first fight, which is not going to be very interesting because it's just 3 lost souls. I do want to remind everyone that hey, if you enjoy this video, if you like what you see, why not leave the video a like? Comment if you have something you want to say or want to give some feedback, and subscribe if you want to stay in touch and see more. I'm definitely looking for feedback early on here. Is this something that people are really interested in? Do you really want to see these runs, the first 10 runs in a fresh profile, and how at least I would approach a fresh start? Just feedback on that, much appreciated. I'm pretty excited for it personally. The reason being that I think this is a kind of fun opportunity to see what the game feels like early on, because I have not I basically haven't touched this version of the game, like the earliest play, in over a year. Like I went through all the hero shrines and unlocking all this stuff back during like the first patch kind of days. So I haven't actually experienced the game like this. So I'm very excited to see how it plays out, and I hope everyone out there is too. But enough of me prattling on. We just destroyed those lost souls. That they're never going to be much of a threat. They're not supposed to be. And we head to our first inn. Since we are doing Denial, we only have 2 zones, and we only get to choose the Tangle and the Sprawl. So it's going to be a pretty straightforward run here. So what are our choices? Tangle or Sprawl? True Evil, Secret and Safe for 5 candles. Yikes, Stripes. So there is definitely something we want to remove with Field Hospital. And avoiding the Hoarder for a single mastery point is normally pretty doable, but 5 candles? I think we have to. I think we have to go for that. That is just too many. That is too many candles not to take. All right, we're definitely going to be throwing a lot of poison darts. Oh, sorry, I should talk about this. So we start with 5 mastery points. Immediate upgrades that come to mind. Poison dart is a massive upgrade. It doubles the amount of blight it deals for that mastery point. That's pretty strong. We definitely want that. Next up, Take Aim. So the math on Take Aim is kind of interesting, and people smarter than me have sat down and figured it out. Basically, it boils down to, kind of all else being equal, baseline Take Aim is slightly worse than just swinging twice, but Take Aim Plus is always worth it. The Remove Blind is pretty relevant, but the double crit tokens are what we're really after here. And I do think we're going to actually drop a second point into our Highwayman and grab Wicked Slice as well, as that should give us some pretty solid damage output. Then Bolster, always a good first upgrade, help manage that stress. And then we have one more that I think is a little bit more flexible, but I'm going to grab Battlefield Medicine just for that extra kind of security. I don't think we're going to go after the Librarian. We just, unless we got a bunch of hero shrines early on to free up some of the skills we need, I think we're just going to go kind of straight through. So why, no need to risk the Librarian here. Now, unfortunately, we have a bunch of money, but we don't have a lot of stuff. We'll buy the Soothing Poultices and the food, because that's just good. That's just good policy. Don't really need It's speed bag. I kind of want these smoke bombs, though. Burn salve's pretty good, actually. Yeah, we'll buy the burn salve. And we will buy both whiskey flasks. And I think that'll be good. So we've got a pretty good collection of items here. Let's get our HP up. Let's put our burn salves on somebody. Let's put our soothing poultice on probably Barristan, as he's liable to be taking quite a bit of hitting. And we don't have any relationships, but it looks like Dismas and Barristan are the closest. So let's invest a little bit, see if we can't get them high enough. No dice. We got them closer though. However, I don't know that we spend the armor repair kit or any of the rest of this. I think we probably just save it. Maybe we put creative insults out and save the other two. Yeah, that makes sense. We'll put creative insults out in order to try to focus damage onto Barristan, but we'll save the armor repair kit and speed bag for the next zone. Yeah, I think that's everything, right? There's not really anything else here we can afford that we also want. Like, none of this is particularly appealing. And Radiant Flame, we could pop it in, but minus 15% Candles of Hope doesn't really appeal to us right now, and I don't think we need this. You know, if we lose our first run, we'll probably slot it in just to win because it'll be worthwhile. But till then, let's get going. So thank you all for watching. Remember the whole like, comment, subscribe thing. You know the drill. Let the YouTube algorithm know I make content that you and people like you like to watch. Tune in next time as we take our first run in this fresh profile into the Sprawl. Till then, see ya.